Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the chocolate sweet stout, and it is a very good beer. It's a breakfast beer. It's good anytime. Breakfast, dessert, doesn't matter. Cheers. It's one of the best beers I make. And it's got a chocolatey coffee sort of overtone to it, but it has a really sweet finish because of the unfermentable sugar. But that's not what I'm brewing today. I'm brewing the HighLife knockoff. And if you go online and you do a search and say, gee, how can I make a Miller HighLife clone, what you get is people saying 2 parts horse piss, 1 part water. But this formula, at least in the ale version, is kind of close to what you'd expect for a Miller sort of knockoff. It tastes more like Miller when you're moving it from the the primary to the secondary. If you drink out of the gauge for measuring the gravity, take a sample of it. It has that kind of a flavor to it. It tastes a little bit different once it gets carbonated. I use corn in it. So that gives it, I think, it imparts a little bit of sweetness. But it's got 7 pounds of the 2-row, it's got 2 pounds of the flake corn, and then it's got 8 ounces of crystal malt 20. And I use the Saz hops. So 1 ounce for a 60-minute boil, and then I finish up with a 5-minute boil with a ½ ounce. So it's kind of the original formula. I've made some changes over time to it that I wasn't really pleased with, so I've kind of gone back to the original formula just to, take it back to what I thought was probably the best of what I've done. I had some Simcoe hops in there last time, and when I looked at those, and I was trying to remember this morning why I went that direction, but they have a lot more alpha acid to them, and so the bittering on it is higher than using the Saz, so I like to stay with the Saz and see how that goes. But otherwise, this is a pretty good formula. It's easy to do. The only caution is whenever you use the flake corn, that balls up really fast and easy in the mash tun. So what I do is I really lightly sprinkle it on top after I've got all the grain, the other grains mashed in, and then I stir it. And at the top level, I'm not trying to drive it down to the bottom or anything, but I try to just kind of, blend it in really easy so that I don't get the dough balls and then I don't get a stuck sparge because stuff's been pushed through the screen. So that's it. We'll check this out in a couple, 3 weeks, 4 weeks when it's done and see how it turned out. I don't think that it's that I'll have a disappointment here. This is a really good beer, especially for people that come over and aren't willing to do something like that because they think that's just too dark and it's going to be bitter. Amber ale that I've got is great. Again, that's not a beer that beginners are probably going to want to try if they've never had homebrew, just because they've got some misconceptions about how it might be from a bitterness perspective. But certainly the light ale and the HighLife and the Kolsch are both good introductory beers to people that haven't had homebrew before. So anyway, we'll be back in a couple weeks to give this a shot, see how it turned out. Until then, I hope you guys have a great week. Cheers. This has been a Matty Boy presentation. Say bye-bye, Matty. Bye-bye.